is Amy Stark, and I've been a believer in Jesus for as long as I can remember. And I have been also a longtime member of Colonial Church. But I am a recent runner. Yeah, I run. Well, I kind of trot. I'm more a tortoise than a hare. I'll never win a race. In fact, I'll probably never even enter a race, because I use running as my time to connect, communicate, and have communion with God. It's a relatively new spiritual practice for me, and to be honest with you, I didn't really consider it a spiritual practice until I was reached out by Sarah and the team at Colonial to come up with what I do as a spiritual practice, especially during Lent. So I'm going to share a little bit about what I do here at Lake Harriet, because this is where I do it. I love the lake. I've always loved the lake. I've considered it a really special place, sacred ground for God. But to be honest, I have not considered it a place of spiritual practice necessarily. So when they asked me, I went to a book that has become very special to me by our own Dawn Duncan Harrell, 10 Ways to Pray. And Dawn shared what body prayer is about. So I will read to you what she says about body prayer. Body prayer taps the right brain listening tools of dimension, imagination, and faith, and momentarily sets aside the left brain demands of black and white. Okay, so what does that really mean? I'm kind of a simple gal. So in my words, it means letting go of the shoulds and the gotta-dos, and letting God have some time, some space to color my mind and my soul. And I found that here at Lake Harriet as I run and I pray. Now sometimes when I run, I use the lake as a labyrinth. There's certain markers around the lake that I know are my spot to pray for my immediate family, some certain friends. In fact, there's a tree down at the south end of the lake. It's that little tree with the door that the elf is supposed to live in. Whenever I run by that tree, it prompts me to pray for some special little ones in my life. Those little babies, special little children, any little one that's struggling. It always brings a smile to my face to know that that's where I can pray for them. I might run by some benches and think about some times that I've sat there with a friend, sharing a burden or sharing a joy. I pray for them. As I'm rounding around the east side, and real often in the morning, that sun is so warm and wonderful. It really gives me great hope, even when I'm not feeling very hopeful. God's blessing me. And then I see the band shell. Now, it is a marvelous piece of architecture. The flags are waving. I think about summer band concerts, Sunday church services that happen here in the summer. So it makes me think of community time. All the community needs we've had, and especially this last year. Oh my goodness, my heart could be so heavy, and yet I could be lifted by praying. Then I'd get alongside the west side, and this past summer we had an encampment of tents for some of the homeless people. And I would pray for them. I would pray for all the volunteers, those in the neighborhood that really took up the cause, and thought about what I could do. Even now, where the snow is covering the ground and the tents have been long gone, I pray for those people, hoping they're safe and warm and maybe transitioned in some permanent housing. So there are days where I just can't focus enough to do a labyrinth prayer. So I call those days my open door prayer. Now I run to the lake from my house, which is about a mile away. And usually during that time, I've kind of centered in on what kind of day it's going to be for my run. Because some days I don't really even want to run at all. But I continue, I persevere. And I get here and realize I just need to be open. I just need to let God envelop me, open my heart and my soul. And so I might just run the path and do a lot of confessing. I might run the path and just do a lot of praising. reminding myself of all the many attributes of God, all his many names. Or there's just times where I just say, Lord, be with me. Or Jesus, I trust you. This is your day. Show me your way. And, you know, the open door is just as much of a prayer. It's just as much a communion with him, connection with him, conversation with him. And though I don't have audible words that I hear, I definitely feel his presence. So I wanted to come up with a Bible verse to go with my meditation today. And it's really not running the race, because I'm not running a race. I'm communicating with God. And sometimes it is a walk when running doesn't feel right. So I came up with Psalm 89:15. Blessed are those who have learned to acclaim you, who walk in the light of your presence, O Lord. And I personalized the verse for me. I hope a lot of you do that. I write, I am blessed as I am learning to praise and connect with you, O my Abba Father, as I run in the color and in the light of your presence, here at Lake Harriet or wherever I am.